afternoon, good evening, depending wherever you're watching from. Good to be here once again, and welcome to day 4 free voice training workshop sponsored by Grecidium Media Institute. Our facilitator today is Mrs. Ginger Bennett. She will take us on the topic, which says, discover your vocal foundation. But before I call her on stage, I will need to give you a brief biography of Mrs. Ginger. Ginger Bennett is a compassionate and talented musician, holds a degree in music therapy from the University of Alabama, with a deep passion for using music as a source of comfort and positivity. Mrs. Ginger embarked on a music therapy internship at the University of Texas Medical Branch and Sheridan's Bourne Hospital, specializing in pain management. Seeking further expertise, she pursued a postgraduate certification in neurologic music therapy at Colorado State University, establishing her own private music therapy practice in Atlanta, Georgia. Mrs. Ginger dedicated herself to serving individuals of all ages, from infants to the elderly. However, a significant turning point came when she moved to Biloxi, Mississippi, following the devastating Hurricane Katrina. There, she actively collaborated with the Salvation Army, initiating a vibrant community drum circle and founding an inner city children's choir. As Mrs. Ginger embraced motherhood, her focus shifted slightly and she began offering private music lessons, currently residing in Northeast Louisiana. She homeschools her 2 children while continuing to share. You can't hear me? Sorry. Can you hear me now? She homeschools her 2 children while continuing to share her musical expertise with students worldwide. Through virtual platforms, she provides voice, piano, and guitar lessons to eager learners across the globe. Ginger's unwavering commitment to music education and her ability to inspire others through her teaching have made her an influential figure in the field. Please, ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome on stage Mrs. Ginger Bennett. Ma, you're welcome. Glad to have you.
Wow. And I look back at all of the things I've accomplished in my life, it doesn't feel that fancy. I've just been living my life and sharing music. So thank you for that introduction to make me feel so professional.
You are. Good to have you, Ma. Yes,
I
ma'am.
also must thank Grace for organizing this. What a wonderful event for your community and for learners all over the world to be able to access such diverse and intense training for free. I'm honored to be a part of that.
You're
So,
welcome.
yes, as you've heard, my name is Ginger. My favorite thing to do is to share my love of music with other people. And because you're here, that means you must love music also. So that tells me that we already have so much in common. We already are connected and have a strong bond because of our love of music. I do teach from North Louisiana, but today I am in New Jersey in a hotel room. So The wonderful thing about virtual platforms is you can join from anywhere. Isn't that a blessing?
Yes.
So I would love to know where you are chatting from, where you're joining from. If you would take a moment to put that in the comments, it will be nice for us to see where everyone is from.
Okay.
I know. Look at all these places and towns. Oh, Qatar, Nigeria. So cool. Ah, from Nigeria, but in the UK. See, I'm not the only one not at home today. That's great. Ah, wonderful. Thank you so much for joining. All right. Keep chatting. You're welcome to use that communication throughout the event. Today, during our time together, I'm going to guide you through a discovery. And I pray that this discovery will lead all of us to a more healthy and harmonious world. Are you ready to get started? Great. Okay. The most important mechanism for a singer is to understand your lung capacity. And in other words, the fancy word for lung capacity, our common word would be breathing. Breathing is the single most important element in singing. In order to be able to effectively control your voice, you must be able to control your breathing, knowing that you can put out exactly the amount of breath you need will create the sound that you want. Now, that breath needs to be as focused as a laser beam. And today I will lead you through some exercises that will help us understand. Now, if you are not muted, would you please take a minute to mute yourself so that we don't have background noise? Okay, thank you. Can you hear me still? Yes? Okay. So normally when we breathe, we only breathe in our upper lungs. So if you would, take a moment and place your hand here on your chest and just breathe normally, not like you're going to sing, but just take a breath. And you can see me already. My chest is moving, my shoulders are moving. This is our normal breathing when we're not thinking about our breathing. Everyone breathes this way. But when we breathe this way, we're only filling our upper lungs. To have controlled use of breath, which is what we need for singing, we've somehow got to teach our body to get that air down to our lower lungs. How do we do that? Well, instead of breathing from our chest, we're now going to breathe. I'm stepping back so you can see my belly. Something we usually try to hide. I'm sharing it all with you today, right? So if you put your hand on your belly button and say, hey, hey, stop, hey, you will feel your stomach. Watch. Hey, hey, stop, hey. So everyone take a minute to put your hand on your belly and yell, and that immediately activates the lower part of your lungs. I know we're muted and I can't hear you, but I'm assuming we're all being very loud. Wonderful. So that feeling that you just had down on your belly button, that is a very special muscle. It sits directly under your lungs. It's a muscle called the diaphragm. If you're into exercise, sometimes people call that your core. It's the very center of your body. And the diaphragm sort of looks like this. When you put your hands together, it squeezes up and fills up, and it pushes down to relax. It contracts and releases. It contracts and it releases. Now, when your diaphragm goes up, the air gets pushed out of your lungs. It actually pushes your lungs up so you can exhale. And when your diaphragm relaxes, it's because you've inhaled and it gives space for your lungs to fill. So now we're going to do some exercises that will prepare your diaphragm, wake up your diaphragm so that you can feel what that feels like. Because I know a lot of people, I've been to workshops where people tell you you need to access your diaphragm, and then they don't tell you how. So I'm going to walk you through some very specific exercises that will help us activate our diaphragm, and our diaphragm will help us engage our lower lungs, which in turn increases your lung capacity. Okay, so the first exercise is we're going to breathe in and we're going to hold our breath for 5 seconds. I'll count it out. And then without taking another breath, we're going to exhale on the sound S, like a snake is what we say here in the United States. And we're going to exhale on S for 5. So I'll show you what it looks like, and then we'll all do it together. This exercise is really targeting our diaphragm. So we take a good breath in. You'll feel your diaphragm engage. You'll hold your breath. And as we do it together, what I want you to feel is your diaphragm expanding when you breathe in and then starting to squeeze in slowly as you make the S sound. Okay, everybody ready? Here we go. Breathe in. Ah, let me know in the chat if you felt a squeeze in your belly button area. Or you can give a thumbs up if you felt a squeeze. Well done. Now, did not feel a squeeze, that's okay, because we're going to make it harder. I don't know. To make it harder, we're just going to increase the number. So we just held for 5 and we made the S sound for 5. We're going to kick it up. Let's go to all the way to 10. You think you can do it all the way to 10? We'll hold our breath for 10 and then we'll S for 10. And what this is doing, it's helping us focus a steady stream of air. A steady stream of air. So all the way to 10. Here we go. Woo, it really gets a squeeze there at number 10. And when 10 gets easy for you, guess what you do? Increase the number. Go long. For me, I've been singing since I was, well, officially singing my whole life, but professionally singing since around the age of 16. So I now hold an S for all the way to 25, which is a total of 50 seconds. So when that 10 becomes easy for you, you just increase the duration. Make your hold longer, make your S longer, and it's a way of exercising that diaphragm muscle. It is, someone chatted, like a pipe being released. I love that. That's a perfect way to explain what it feels like. Now we're going to add a step 2 to this exercise also. Now we're going to breathe in, and this time we're going to start with an S sound, then a hold, then another S sound. So the only thing we've changed is we're now adding a sound first, then a hold, then an S. So it'll sound like this. I'll go first to demonstrate. So you get a squeeze, then you hold that squeeze, and then you continue to release air, and the squeeze gets even tighter in your belly. Let's all try it together. Nice breath in to the count of 5. Here we go. Hold. Oh, I did it wrong. We're going to S first. Let's try again. Breathe in and S for 5. Here we go. So we made the S, then a hold, then an S. We're going to try it one more time. Who's feeling the burn? Yes, someone's feeling the burn. Good. Here we go. Breath in, start with an S to the number 5. Great. That exercise, we're going to do it again to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And what this exercise does is it signals your brain that when you have that at the end of a song and you think, oh my gosh, I can't hold that note that long, you can. Your brain's going to kick in and remember this exercise and know that you have more squeeze to give from your diaphragm. So let's practice it one more time. S, hold, S, but this time to the count of 8. Nice breath. 6. So let me know, is 5 or 8 the hardest for you? Put it in the chat. All easy so far. All right. So Brandon, we need a bigger number for you. 8 was harder. All right, we're going to try 10 for those of you who need a challenge. 10 for S, 10 for hold, 10 for S. Here we go. 10, 10, 10. That's a total of 30. Did that give some of you more of a challenge? If not, you know what I'm going to say. At home, increase the number. Increase the number. So if 10 was easy for you, you'll want to do 15. If 10 was difficult for you, I think you should decrease to 8. Okay? So it gives you an idea of things you can do at home. We could do this entire exercise for the whole 45 minutes, but I do want to show you one more diaphragm exercise. We're going to breathe in and we're going to pulse our sound. Because before, when we were doing S, remember that's that sustained breathing. It's coming out very slow and sustained. This next exercise is a pulse. A pulse. If it feels easy for you, Betsy, you are getting it. You just need a bigger number. You just need a bigger number. We're all made differently, and our bodies all have different lung capacity. And so if it feels really easy to you, make sure you're not breathing from your chest. Make sure you're breathing from your belly and just make the number longer. Because of time and the diversity of people here, I'm going to show you the next exercise. But that would be my advice for those of you who felt that was easy. So the next exercise is a pulse. This is going to control our diaphragm starting and stopping. We're not taking breaths between each sound. It's one breath, but we're separating the sound like this. I'll step back so you can see my belly breathing. I'm not breathing from here. No, I'm breathing from here. You can see. And I'm going to make the sound of the letter F. It'll sound like this. All with one breath. I'm not breathing between the sound of F. I'm taking one good breath in. And I'm making the F sound for 5 or 8 or 10, however many you need. So since 10 was easy for some of you before, let's start with 8. A good breath in and make the F sound for 10. Go ahead and put your hands over your belly button so you can make sure you're breathing in the proper position. And we'll do it all together. Here we go. And stop. And now to 10. Here we go. Good. And it should feel like someone's punching you a little bit in the stomach. Not painful, but a little jab. So now what we're going to do is F for 10, hold for 10, and then F for 10. We've switched around the letter. Instead of an S, which is sustained, an F is a pulse. Here we go. We're going to try it all together. That one makes me feel a little bit sweaty. How about you? You can put in the chat. Does that feel easy or difficult? Still going strong. Great, Brandon. So those 2 exercises do different things for your diaphragm. One activates it and sustains it. One pumps it. So oh good, I'm not the only one sweating. So let's do it again one more time to the count of 10. We F for 10, we hold our breath for 10, and then we F for 10. Pulsing that diaphragm together. Good breath in, here we go. Good. If 10 is easy for you, increase the number. Make it harder for yourself at home. You know, people go to the gym and do weightlifting for their legs and their arms, but there's no way to lift weights for your stomach. So these exercises help activate that diaphragm muscle under your lungs. All right, so now that your diaphragm is awake, we're going to add some pitch to our exercises. We're just going to use the pitch. Do, so, do. But we're going to just buzz our lips. And if buzzing your lips is difficult for you, sometimes doing your tongue. So you can either buzz your lips or you can trill your tongue, whichever is easiest for you. But this is an exercise that takes a little more breath support than just singing do, so, do. It requires a little bit extra oomph to get that buzzing in your lips. So let's try it together. And because I'm in a hotel room, I do apologize. I'm using my piano app, not a real keyboard. I usually do teach with a real keyboard, but I'm using what I have today. So we're going to start. Oh, good. I was on middle C. We're going to start right at middle C, and it'll sound like this. And you be my echo. You've got the idea. Now we're not going to echo. We're going to do it all together. Here we go. Good. I see in the comments that some of you are having a hard time keeping the buzz for the whole duration of the sound. So the key to this is belly breathing, which we just activated. The other part is to relax your lips. I think some of us buzz like we're going to play an instrument, tight-lipped. And for this buzz, you just have to relax. I'm going to work our way down, and this time I'm going to switch to the tongue trill. For those of you who can, you'll see what that sounds like. Here's our pitch. It's an A. We're going up to the A, E, A. It'll sound like this. Any Star Wars fans? We all sound like Chewbacca when we do our tongue trills. I prefer when I exercise to do the lip buzz because it's easy for me. But if that's hard for you, you can do the lip trill. Do you notice that your lungs are needing a lot more work to get the buzzing of the lips rather than just normal singing, right? Now, these exercises I'm showing you are not how you perform, but they are what you do backstage before you perform. They get your body centered, ready, grounded, and when you're getting more oxygen in your body, you're less nervous. It's a surprise bonus. Isn't that cool? So these exercises help in so many ways. Lung capacity, activating the diaphragm, releasing oxygen throughout your body, helping it travel, and taking away your nerves. So it's a win-win. The next exercise I want to show you are the same notes, but we're going to take away the lip buzz. I want you to feel the difference. We're actually going to do the lip buzz first and then the non-lip buzz second. So it'll sound like this. Do, so, do. I want you to just play around with going back and forth between the two and see if your do, so, do is all of a sudden more powerful than you've ever done it before. Maybe you usually sing like this. Do, so, do. But after you lip buzz or tongue trill, it's impossible to not sing loud. Do, so, do. Anyone feeling powerful when they sing do, so, do? Great. Your comments and your thumbs up are really encouraging me, so thank you for that. And I see some of you are now getting more lower lungs. You get a lot more air. Very well done. That's awesome. Good. All right, we're going to go up the scale, and this time we're going to lip buzz first and do, so, do second. So we'll be on the same pitch, like a repeat. So your first verse is our buzz, and then the repeat are the words do, so, do. This movable do. Do is just meaning our starting pitch. There's lots of theories about that, but that's not what I'm talking to you about today, so we're not going to worry about the details. So we'll start here on middle C and buzz first and then add our words. Ready? Here we go. Do, so, do. You can totally take a breath between these two exercises too. Don't worry about that. Here we go. Do, so, do. 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 We'll do one more. Do, so, do. Very good. Very good. I love it. I'm sorry for those of you who have bad network. I think the Grace Studio is recording this, and you'll be able to log back on and watch at another time. But keep trying to join us. So you see how we integrated the lip buzz and the sound. Very good. Let's work our way back down. We're going to work our way back down. Am I glitchy, do you think, Grace, or am I okay? I'm okay? Okay, well, I'll keep going then. So we're going to start, we're now on the G above middle C. And if you're feeling a light vibration in your head, it's a clue that you're singing and resonating within your mouth, which is what we're going to talk about next. So let's work our way down. I love that you're already feeling that. So we're going to start at the G. We're above middle C. If you're a male, you're welcome to drop it down. And if you're feeling slightly dizzy, you're breathing from your chest instead of your belly. Make sure you're really breathing from your belly. Do, so, do. 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 Oh, you're right, Tunde. The immediate effect of freedom and release in the tone. I love the contrast that you get with your body. It's also helping activate that diaphragm and give that consistent exercise in our workout. All right. So any questions before we continue to the next phase? Yeah, that one is hard. And it is a good. Do you have a question? No? Good. After our session, Grace, I'll be sure to list these so that the students can have them. I see Samuel has a hand up.
Samuel, you can ask your question, please.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, I hear you.
Okay, good evening. My question is about the breathing. So which way is better, breathing through the mouth or through the nose? When you do the breathing, I noticed you were like your mouth was a bit closed. So
that's a great question. I find that when I breathe through my mouth, I sometimes suck in dust particles or something and it makes me go. So I do tend to breathe through my nose just to protect my airway. Let's see, I'm going to practice that. Yes, when I breathe through my mouth, watch what happens to my body. Everything gets tense. I don't know if you can see, but watch my shoulders and my neck. When I breathe through my nose, it stays relaxed. So I do, Samuel, tend to breathe through my nose. Also, here in the United States, the pollen and things are terrible. And when I breathe through my mouth, I do get a little catch in my throat. So yes, I do breathe through my nose. All right, we'll go, someone's requesting that we go over this exercise one more time. Is this the one that we just finished? The buzz to the do, so, do? Yes, okay, good. Well, let's do it one more time. And then I will do you want to ask your question first, Mr. Jerry?
Mr. Jerry.
Someone has their hand up?
Yeah, Mr. Jerry, unmute yourself, please, and ask your question.
Good evening, ma'am.
Hi.
Yeah, the question that I want to ask, just like what the guy asked not quite long, breathing through your mouth or breathing through your nose, which one is the best way?
Oh, good. So you had a similar question. I am more comfortable breathing through my nose.
So it's a personal thing, right?
I think it is a personal thing. I do have singers that I work with that do breathe through their nose, and I have others that breathe through their mouth. It is a personal thing. As long as you're directing the oxygen to your lower lungs, it is not incorrect. The most
right,
important thing is directing the air.
Oh, okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Sure. All right, so we're going to run through this exercise. I'm only going to do it for those of you who know music, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E. So it'll be a shorter version, but it'll help refresh our brains. So we'll start with our buzz and then go to so, do, so. One more time. All together. 1, 2, here we go. Do, so, do. 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 Great, great. Again, I will send these out in the classroom so that you can look at them so you don't forget all that you've learned today. Now, one thing I did want to point out is, are any of you starting to yawn a lot? Anyone starting to yawn? So, if you're yawning, it is a great compliment to me. Yawning is a sign, yes, yawning is a sign that you have given your body extra oxygen, that it is like, whoa, I need more of that. I need more of that. So if you are starting to yawn, you are breathing correctly. If you start yawning, never feel embarrassed about that. It is a great compliment to your instructor and your teacher. So grab a drink of water, and we're going to now talk about one last piece of information, our journey of discovery. I want us to go inside our mouth. If you will take your tongue and touch the roof of your mouth, it's hard like a turtle shell or a tortoise. You feel that? What we're going to do is very slowly and gently move your tongue back towards your throat and you will find an area where it's no longer hard. It becomes soft. It feels different, more towards the back of your throat. Did you find it? Good. This is called your soft palate. Oh, good. You knew that, Shepherd. Well done. The soft palate. Now, when we yawn, I know I'm going to probably really yawn. The more we talk about yawning, the more we're all going to yawn. The soft palate goes up when we yawn. So everyone pretend like you're going to yawn, and you may really yawn. That's okay. Let's try it together. You feel that soft part go up. It's almost like a hot air balloon, our breath. And here, for those of you who asked the question, I am breathing through my mouth to activate the yawn. It's hard to activate through my nose. I can do it, but it's a little bit trickier. That yawn. What that does is it forms this like resonating cave inside of our mouth. And it not only tells you that you're breathing properly, but it's given us this healthy place for our sound to go up, hit that soft palate, and then like a trampoline, it bounces out and gives us more power. It gives us a spot for our voice to ring out. Now, the rising of the soft palate is a very fun exercise to go through. So we're going to do one more singing exercise together. And I just want you to be aware of breathing in like you're going to yawn, raising that soft palate. And we're going to just sing the scale. It will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When you get to 8, you want it to really say, you'll feel that soft palate really go up. Okay, let's all try it together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Did you feel it rise? Now, if you didn't feel it rise, you want to make sure you're belly breathing. To remember to do that, you may want to put your hands on your belly button. So let's put your hands on your belly button and try this one more time. Nice breath in like you're going to yawn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You should feel the soft palate rise and the belly squeeze. Do you feel how they're working together? Soft palate up, belly squeeze. Wonderful. Wonderful. Grace, it's already time. Would you like me to continue a little bit longer? Yes? Okay. Good. I want to make sure.
4 minutes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good.
Yes, ma'am. Thank
you. I will go a little bit longer. So now what we're going to do is go up the scale and then come down the scale. Okay? If you can do it all in one breath, that's wonderful. If you cannot, when we get to number 8, we'll take a breath and then work our way back down. And I see Miss Grace, ma'am, yawning. I love it. She's doing the exercises very well. All right, here we go. Nice breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. You feel the soft palate up and the squeeze in your belly. Those two things should always work together. Always work together. Now we're going to do it one more time. This time we're going to start at number 8 and work our way backwards and then work our way back up. So we'll descend, then ascend together. So that means we'll start here on number 8. 1, 2, here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a breath if you need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very nice. That's an easy exercise that you can do all up and down the keyboard. And your goal is to be able to do it without taking a breath between the ascending and the descending. All right. I will take some questions. I have a whole nother section, so maybe you can have me back another time, Grace, for me to continue our journey, because we didn't even get into mouth positions. So let's do our scale together one more time, and then I'll take some questions. Everybody ready? We'll just do normal scale, ascend, descend. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very well done. Thank you for working out with me today. It was a lot of fun. I will take some questions, and then I do have some questions so that one of you may be a lucky winner to receive a partial scholarship for some more lessons through the music school.
Please ask your questions. Ask your questions.
Okay, how to apply these for specific songs? That's a great question. These exercises that I showed you today are actually ones that I do every day, no matter the piece I'm working on. These exercises are just training your body to have controlled sound and controlled breathing, which will help you with any song you're working on. There are specific exercises you can do for specific songs, but I knew I was speaking to a wide audience today, so I chose exercises that work for anything and that I actually use every day. So I hope that answers your question. All right, I see, Betsy, you've got your hand raised.
Yes.
You can't stop yawning. That is normal. You will probably yawn for the next 20 minutes. All right, Betsy, go ahead. You may unmute.
Good evening, ma.
Hi.
I noticed that I release too much air while singing. Like I really do not know how to hold back the air while singing. Like you can even feel it through my vocals, through my voice. Like I have this airy voice and I really do not like it. I don't know how to control it. I don't know if there's any. Yeah.
Yes, that first exercise I showed where we did the S sustaining, making that S for a long time. Betsy, are you able to buzz your lips?
Yes, ma. Yes.
Okay. So what you want to do is practice that S sustained sound or practice the buzz lip sound, and try to go really long. Have a goal of 20 like this. Oh my gosh, I ran out at 18. So try to go really long because that is a consistent way of breathing. And then immediately try your song. I would try that activating right before you practice your piece and see if it helps you steady the sound.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah, Jerry, can you unmute yourself, please?
Yes, ma'am. I want to ask, when is the right time to do exercises? Is it in the morning when you wake up or in the evening before you go to bed at night? When is the best time to do exercises for a singer?
I actually do these exercises right before I'm going to sing. But you will also sometimes hear me doing them when I'm getting ready. But I usually don't do them all throughout the day. I have a very focused practice time before I'm going to work on my song. So I guess it depends on your life and your day. When do you tend to practice your music? Did we lose Jerry? Maybe. So whenever you're going to practice in your day is when I would do these exercises. because you don't need to activate your diaphragm and get more oxygen in your body until you're ready to present or sing, unless you just like the way it feels. So there's a question in the chat. Can we achieve circular breathing with these practices? Ooh. Circular breathing has an entire different set of exercises. Now, these will make you better at controlling your diaphragm, which is a part of circular breathing, but I would not be sure that they will make you the best circular breather ever. All right, Grace, we have more people with hands up. Would you like to call?
Two more to go. Victoria,
Okay.
please mute yourself.
Hi, good evening.
Hi.
Well, my question is like I probably want to sing a song, like not classical songs this time around, like the normal songs, like R&B songs, like my favorite Billie Eilish songs. That airy voice, like the airy voice. How can I sing it without releasing much air and probably cracking towards the
Yeah.
notes?
Yeah, the cracking means that you probably have been breathing from your chest instead of your belly. So now today you've learned to activate your belly. And you'll really want to put the exercises that we did today in practice. Because if I don't take a good breath from my belly and I breathe from my chest, great is God, God, it's going to do that. But if you breathe from your belly, great is God. So you want to just really keep your hands on your belly button when you're practicing, Victoria. And if you need to, great is God. How we buzzed and then went right to singing. I think that will help you very much in your practice.
All right, thank you.
Okay, the last person we are going to take this night, Anyanwu Francis, please, can you mute yourself?
Okay. Good evening, ma.
Hello.
Hello. Thanks for the lecture, ma. Good evening. So my question goes like this: doing these exercises constantly, can it help us attain our right pitch? Because I'm a countertenor, and of recent, I lost my pitch. But to some extent, I'm regaining back the voice. But doing these exercises now, can it help me attain back my right pitch as a countertenor? That's the question, ma.
That's a great question. This exercise will help you because when you're not worried about your breathing, then you'll be able to focus on your pitch. And making sure you have that soft palate raise that we talked about today is also a great way to find pitch when you're singing. Yes. Oh, many blessings on your recovery.
Please, we can't take any other question, please. If you have any other question, just type it, send to your Telegram group, and it will be attended to because of time. Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Question. You wanted to ask, we are waiting for the question.
All right, so I have a question for you to participate in trying to win a partial scholarship. So, what is the most essential key to healthy singing? Look at the hands.
Okay, I'll pick the first person. Nora Okoye. Unmute yourself, please.
Okay, it's good breathing, like breathing from the lungs.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, here's our second question for those of you still trying. Are you ready? What part of the body helps squeeze air out of your lungs? I saw Shepherd's hand go up first.
Shepherd, You didn't even allow the question to finish.
He was ready.
No, Shepard, wait. You've gotten scholarship. Just leave. I know you've gotten scholarship. We don't need you. We need people that have not
This is not fair.
I will be coming down. Toby, or your answer.
The diaphragm.
Yeah, the diaphragm. Very well. Well done. Congratulations. And Shepard said some of those exercises were easy for him. So are you already studying?
Okay. Congratulations to Nora, Okoye, and Toby. Yeah. Thanks so much. On behalf of Grecidium Media Institute, we want to say thank you to you, Ma, and God bless you. Thank you for giving us this wonderful lecture in a platter of gold. Honestly, it's something you see once in a while. And I want to advise everybody here that it's not about the lecture. We need to put these things in practice. It's very important. If you don't put it in practice, nothing is going to change for you as a singer. So I encourage us just to put this thing in practice. It's going to go a long way. Thank you, Mama. God bless you.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a wonderful week.